She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right. The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Capture Zenobia.
There was a cat in this one. And something useful.
Someone put a cat in a chest? Jeez. Monsters. Okay, they're not laying down or being lazy, they're literally just dead. Alright, sounds good. There are enemies after all.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice cube.
Can I kill that thing? Yes, I can. I'm kind of curious what happens if I slash the one in the tutorial.
Boy, if looks could kill.
Okay, so it's not a one-shot. That is good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, lots of good stuff here so far. Nice little bastion, like. I am liking it.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
You know what? Sure. Let's do it, Lapino.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. A crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
Can we make an ice sword yet? We can upgrade that. We are gonna need to be able... I mean, this is a Metroidvania, right? This is a void sword there.
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Can we fall off? No.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. "Renato," she said, "are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two," said Latino. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. "You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you?" she said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. "Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost," yelled Lapino. "You have to catch her."
I love how it's just like, his idiotic plan actually worked.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase. It was a bit windy up here.
Alright, let's go get her. No idea where we're going, but let's try going over here, shall we? What do you know?
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.
Yeah, nice. Avoid the Warlock's fire spell. Will damage everyone in the area once it explodes. Double kill! We got him. Okay, so that'll take us back.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Yeah, no, right? Bridges are for chumps.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his. Renato had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
Oh, good. We can make that. Can't make that one yet. Okay. Build to activate the sword. Sword consumes energy. And then switch swords with that.
Hey. Hey, I'm a firefox, thought Renato.
Okay, you just hold it. Cool. No escape.
Renato reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
Renardo. Give it a shot.
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Renato could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base, he whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me, she'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will, shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renato was falling. When he came to, Zenobia was standing over him. Why didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you. But strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens.
Yeah.
If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
I think potentially ally unlocked. Yeah, this game's pretty good from what I can see so far. I mean, obviously it's just little self-contained levels, right? But there's nothing wrong with that. This is working pretty well. And I do like how it's having these little story beats constantly. Nice. Take that, Warlock.
That is how we do it, said Bernardo to himself.
Nice. Okay, looks like we have an ice door up there.
Bernardo danced around the room yelling, oh yeah, that's how we do it. It was something he liked to do, but only after he'd killed all the witnesses.
Ronaldo. You're a right murderer, aren't ya? That was definitely a dodge sort of scenario.
As Renato stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scobel ale he'd spilt last year. It was that way.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Push comes to shove, we can always just kill all of them. Only the reasonable thing to do, right?
Oh, this really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it?
Oh man. OSHA would be throwing a fit right now. In other words, his level's big.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicions. Boom!
Bam. Yeah, and Bastion, I played that game, gee, man, like 12 years ago? If you just, like, broke a bunch of stuff, you'd be like, and the kid just flailed around. Wow. That guy's voice was great.
Sure enough, the Farfarer had crashed in some rocks. There was no sign of Lupino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu School. Look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What are you talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, immoral, reckless. Run away with me, said Renato, and he realized he meant it. Just like that, she demanded. I will, if you will. So she kissed him. And it was the best kiss he'd ever had. They held hands as they boarded the Farfarer. Renato felt light-hearted, like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lupino, I need to get back to Lupino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner. He's not. How'd you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away, wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds. Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive. "We have to get to my private ship," she said. "Do you trust me?" "I guess I must," he said. "You go on ahead. Clear the path," she said. "I can't kill my own soldiers." He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Okay, can't make anything there. So we need to get to Zenobia's ship. How many skill points do we have? Oh well, it doesn't matter until we find a statue. So we need a void sword for there. Okay, so here's my assumption. Every time we like complete a playthrough, we reset, but we keep our progress on items. That's my assumption. Good, we have 3 skill points.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about, anyway?
Okay, so we move super fast. This is just... That's sword magic and health. That could be useful. Perfect strike, defensive reflexes. That could be useful. We don't really seem to need it right now. I'm gonna go with sword magic. Oh, this is much nicer. Especially since we can't run off of edges.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Renato. Renato felt ready to become faster, stronger, bolder. If only he could figure out which.
Alright, what have we got? Wait, we can dash through those to break them? Excellent. It's Dark Souls all over again.
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Nice. Hello, new viewers. How are you? Damn it.
Wow! That hurt!
items laying around to handle this.
They paused to catch their breath. It was strange to be so close to her. What are you thinking? He asked. I'm trying very hard not to think. Me too, he said. Up ahead, he could see the thin silver of Zenobia's personal ship. It looked fast. They would leave all this behind.
He would definitely try. I have a feeling this isn't going to end well. Just a feeling. Okay, no health there. That's cool.
Oh, hey. There's a couple of red spots on your feathers. Oh, wait. Not yet.
Damn it. Keep looking over at stream chat. Just seeing if anybody's actually chatting. Oh, okay, cool. Healed a little bit. I can get pimp slapped like maybe once or twice.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and thinking.
Excellent. So the game's good, by the way, if you haven't played it. Ow! Okay, I have to be careful here and press the right one. Because I'm not using a... Okay. This is Xbox controller and I'm using a PS4 controller. The grunts will block your attacks. Grab and throw another grunt into him, and his shield will be knocked away. Come here. Okay, prioritizes executing people instead of blocking. Good to know.
As they reached her ship, Renato suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He was surprised to see a crossbow bolt sticking out of it. I was going to lead the Empire to a secret base, said Lapino. But no, you had to screw up my plan because you still got a thing for her. Renato stared at Zenobia. The kiss, was it real? She said, with a look of indescribable sorrow. She gestured and said an arcane word, and Lapino went flying into the abyss, screaming, I'm telling your father! Then she knelt down to cradle his head, and her paws felt very soft and warm. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
Lapino is a traitor. Desert Temple, nice. Okay, cool. Good to know.
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning.